Yo, that is some BS right there, bro. Trying to play a scene from Darkman, and I guess they don't like me streaming their stuff. Whatever. Don't need them. Okay? Thought you messed up something. What you mean you thought you messed up something? You messed nothing up. Johnny Depp is absolutely behind that, by the way. I blame Johnny Depp 150% for my live stream being booted, being cut. It's totally Johnny Depp's fault. 150% Johnny Depp's fault. Listen, Rob's rules. Listen, dude. I just showed you proof, buddy. Okay? I just showed you proof that Johnny Depp is clearly everything Amber Heard accuses him of being. I just showed you proof. How is that not proof? Video, my man. Video proof that Johnny Depp is a violent sociopath. Just sat there and insulted the great Ricky Gervais. Sweet man. Like the stream, save the dream. I like that. Dude, and it was just getting to the best thing, man. Yeah, I know I had a copyright claim, YouTube. Thank you. I got it. YouTube's emailing me right now. This is not a copyright strike. I know it's not a copyright strike. I just can't make no money off of it. That's all. That's all right. It's okay. It's okay. We don't do this for the money. We like the money, though. We don't do this for the money, though. Yeah, I bet you that was Cherry K, too. Because I had a thumbs down before anybody was even in this chat. Nicole, thank you. I wonder if Johnny Depp will send me chocolate from the chocolate factory for my birthday next Tuesday. Dude, that's another thing that he butchered. Johnny Depp butchered Willy Wonka. Butchered him. Yeah, man. Dude's a menace. Hashtag Johnny Depp is a menace. Y'all are funny, man. Hi, Emily Elkins. Dude, what a fun community, though. For real. Like, all joking aside, I love the Johnny Depp community. You guys are so much fun. I mean, like, Rob gets me, and and everybody on the in the General Zod side of the planet there, they get me, and I love that. I mean, dude, listen. I talk about true crime on this channel, dude. Like, anybody who feels like this woman anybody who genuinely feels like this woman is somehow a victim in this entire situation is blowing my mind. I love that. It's too funny to me. This is why I troll. I mean, it's painfully obvious that this dude is he's just trying to like live a nice, cool, chill life. And he's got this mean woman just trying to ruin him, dude. Cherry K, I would love for you to start a channel. Thank you, Sweet Crazy. Appreciate it. I would love for Cherry K to start a channel. Have you guys been checking out that girl's channel? I'm subscribed to it. I watch it. It's good stuff, man. It's exactly what I expected. When I knew she was gonna, well, when I hoped that she would start a channel. And she's delivering, man. I wish she had more subs, honestly. I really do. I'd like to see. I enjoy the channel a lot, man. It's really good. Very informative. It's called That Girl, Phantasmagorical. Johnny Depp weirds you out. Rachel Hudson, I get it, dude. And it doesn't matter if it's an unpopular opinion, okay? It's okay for it to be an unpopular opinion, okay? Because I see exactly what you're talking about. I see it. Did you see his dungarees? What's with the hat and the dungarees in that video? Who dresses like that? Was he wearing a cravat? What kind of grown-ass man wears a cravat nowadays? Dude, listen. Tim Burton is a brilliant filmmaker. But if I could change one thing about his movies, it would be any role that Johnny Depp played, I would replace him with literally anyone. It doesn't matter. Like, you could replace Johnny Depp with a dandelion. And it would have just as much impact. The performance would the performance would have just as much of an impact if a dandelion just stood there. You know? You could cast Katie Joy without a crystal ball. You can cast Katie Joy in every role. Wait. Yeah, I'm sure that was an accident, but yeah, don't hide her. And I can't fix it. Okay, thank you, Cherry K. For some reason, I couldn't do it. Yeah. Sorry, where was I? Katie Joy playing any Johnny Depp role in any Tim Burton movie or any movie It doesn't matter. Can you imagine that? Think about it. You just have, and that's an improvement. That's an improvement on Edward Scissorhands. That's an improvement on what's his face? Pirates of the whatever. Okay. I'll give it a rest. Rob, you're good, dude. It happens. No big deal, bro. It's not a big deal. It happens. Jack Sparrow. That's his name in those god awful movies. Think about it. Sharon S. though, just imagine her in any Johnny Depp role. It's an improvement. Can't even say that without laughing. Thank you, Siren Jag, for that. Thank you. Anyway, let's see. Now I'm just looking at chat because I don't have anything in particular to say. The clothes are still drying. Oh, you guys are out here on a Tuesday afternoon acting a fool in my chat. Oh, stop it, Rob's Rules. It's all good, man. It's all good. Everybody's hides somebody by accident. Every wrench does that by accident once in a while. It's not a big deal. Happens. I just couldn't figure out why I couldn't undo it. That's been happening lately. Like I have a hard time. I have a wrench in a lot of channels, and sometimes because I'm nosy and I'll miss something, and I'll see that somebody was like hidden, or I'll see a comment was deleted, and I like to go back and read those comments just because I like having that access, I guess. and when I go back on some channels, on everybody, I don't know if it's my phone, I don't know if it's the YouTube app that's acting up. I don't know. Listen. What do we got here? If I had money to blow, I would hire Johnny Depp to come to your work. Haha. Listen, dude. Johnny Depp doesn't go to any kind of work. Okay? Johnny Depp is lazy. He's a lazy individual. And he didn't know anything about the concept of someone having a job is probably extremely foreign to him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be trying to take money from that sweet young angel that he married. I don't know, man. I just can't help it. It's just in my nature. like if I think of something, I'm just gonna say it when it comes to dude. I'm just gonna say it, man, because these things need to be said. People need to be made aware of this menace. That's supposed to impress me. That's supposed to impress me, Lori Dozer. That his mother worked as a waitress to take care of him. Hey, lots of moms are waitresses, bro. Okay. Listen, dude, a lot of hard-working moms out there. Okay. Listen, I got no problem with Johnny Depp's mom, other than bringing him into this world. But I got a problem with her. I got a problem with her waitressing. You know. Now, Johnny, on the other hand, do I think Spider-Man is a menace? Am I James Jonah Jameson in disguise? Parker, I want photographs, Parker. That spider clown is a menace. I'd like to see Johnny Depp in the next Spider-Man movie. I think that Johnny Depp could play a great Daily Bugle. That's what I think. I think he should cast him as the Daily Bugle, where he just fucking stands there. Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go. Grandson is being playful, so I'm going to chase him. See y'all later. Thanks for the live. Thanks for joining A Gramsy Life. Oh man, yeah, I'm in a silly mood, guys. I'm in a silly mood. Is my other live still up? Hold on. I need to delete that. Or maybe not. I'll leave it up. Dude, I'm always happy, Rob. I mean, for the most part, you know. Sometimes there's a little drama, you know. It is what it is. But you know, I mean, that's my whole thing, man. Like, I've got a certain way about me where I maintain happiness, and you're either along for that or you're not, you know. But you're not gonna mess it up. You know what I mean? Like, it's a process for me to be happy. When you struggle with depression and anxiety, it's actually it's quite a struggle at all times. All time it's a struggle, right? But you do what you can to manage it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't if I was misleading in my ways, then I would understand people getting mad at me. But the thing is I don't. Part of me managing my happiness is not giving a shit whether or not you're mad at me. I just don't care, you know. Unless I genuinely did something to make you mad at me, which I get it, then I'll do what I can to make it right. You know what I mean? But if you're mad at me for being me, when I'm very, very clear about who I am and what you're going to get out of watching this channel, I mean, well, all of a sudden you're mad at me? Like, that doesn't do me any good. Doesn't do you any good. Doesn't do either of us any good. Oh, I know, Rob. I appreciate that, man. Dude, man, that was so much fun the other night, though. Like the oak leaf and the brownies, yeah. And talking about Edmund Kemper, that dude was off the hook, man. And that dude he's still alive. Dude spent his time. Nicole H, welcome to Glare membership, whatever that means. But awesome, thank you. This dude spent his time. Edmund Kemper spent his time making mugs, like drinking mugs, and reading and recording audiobooks for the visually impaired. I mean, aside from the fact that he was a vicious murderer, first of all, this guy turned himself in twice. When he was 15, he murdered his grandparents with a shotgun. And he called his mom. His mom said, call the cops. He called the cops, sat there, waited. They put him in a mental institution, let him out. Right? Now, then he grows up to become the co-ed killer, and he does awful, awful things, post-mortem awful things to his victims. And then his final victim is his own mother, and he does unspeakable things that we talked about in my Patreon, but I'm not going to talk about that here. Unspeakable things. And then turned himself in. He was like, I'm done. Yeah, we did start doing that. Yeah. Well, that was bound to happen. Siren Jag. That was that was bound to happen, I mean, dude. You saw the size of the oak leaf bottle I had? I still have it here. It's empty, but look at the size of this thing, dude. That thing's massive, bro. I'm probably going to talk about that one too. Yeah, I've been thinking about that Phantasmagorical. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing the Toy Box Killer. This dude was off the hook, man. This guy recorded like a message for his victims. He would drug them and he would mentally torture them. And he would record a message, and his victims would have to hear it tied up and under the influence of whatever sedated thing, whatever he used to sedate them. Yeah, that guy is sick. The guy is, yeah, really, really bad. But yeah, I'll probably that's a good suggestion, Phantasmagorical. I'll probably cover that in Patreon. Yeah, that's right. That is his name. Yeah, pure evil, bad, bad, bad dude. It was super fun, man. Like, I would like to see it grow, but I gotta be honest though, man. I was really enjoying the intimacy of just the few of us hanging out and talking and drinking, having a good time. I was really enjoying that. But yeah, I mean, I know we're gonna have the same amount of fun if a lot of people join the Patreon too. So um yeah, do that. I do not hold back at all in Patreon. I do not hold back at all, not even a little bit. Oh, Cherry K beat you to it, Siren Jag. Nice try though. Cherry K beat you to it. God, man, still so early. I think my clothes finished, but I don't think that they're dry yet. Hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. Thank you for your patience. I was just going to see if my clothes were well, because I knew it's a bunch of clothes that the kind that you're gonna have to run twice for them to get dry. Oh no, Julie Witcherman. Of course, I'm not putting everything on Patreon. I'm just covering. I'm covering old cases on Patreon, and just kind of uh, yeah. I'm just talking about old cases on Patreon. That's all. I'm still going to be talking about Joe Clyde Daniels and Gannon Stock and this uh, James Hutchinson. I'm going to be talking about all those cases still. Wow, listening from London, man. That's great, Steve. Thank you. That's so crazy, man. YouTube is so crazy. The internet, dude. Got from people on the other side of the world listening. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, don't worry. I'll still be trolling here. Oh, I don't even know if I want to touch that. um I mean, dude, people here are already boarding up businesses and everything, and it's insane. Oh yeah, Cherry K is my sweet little limey cherry K. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's such a it's complicated. I don't necessarily have a valid opinion on it because I'm not an attorney. I've been watching Scott Reich's coverage of it. That's the only person I'm going to listen to on YouTube talking about George Floyd, talking about Derek Chauvin. The only person I'm going to listen to on YouTube talking about that is Scott Reich. He's the only person because he's an attorney. And that's because I want justice to be served, absolutely. But people are making it very political, and I don't think that it's a political issue, other than a police officer abused his power, to say the least. To say the least, a police officer abused his power. That's a fact. It's on video. You know what I mean? You can't deny that. So no matter what your opinions are on this, you cannot deny the fact that this officer abused his power. And I don't even like calling him an officer because he's no longer a police officer. But as a police officer, he did abuse his power. And but do I think that he belongs in prison? Yeah, I do. I mean, I refuse to believe the defense, because here's the thing. All the defense has to do, just like any other case, all they have to do is create doubt, right? It's the prosecution's job to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Derek Chauvin murdered George Floyd, that his actions led to the demise of George Floyd. Now, I mean, but the fact of the matter is I refuse to believe that it's a coincidence that the man died of a drug overdose right after he had someone's knee on his neck for 9 minutes. So, yeah, I just, now, I mean, if they can prove, or at least make the jury question it, that's all they have to do. That's all the defense has to do. And you know what's going to happen is this whole place is going to fucking burn if this dude gets off. Do you remember what happened to LA when those cops who beat up Rodney King got off? You remember what happened to LA? It's said that the only reason that O.J. Simpson got off was because the climate was so hot. The climate was so fragile because of the LA riots. What's up, Hound? So there's another question. Is justice actually going to be served here? Or is the decision going to be a way to try to manage the public? Because that's not justice. It's really not. So I don't want to see that happen. That's not justice. I don't want this man to be found guilty because it might cause a riot. I don't want this man to be found not guilty because it might cause a riot. I want there to be a solid, sound, fair decision. But I do believe that Derek Chauvin has a very, very large price to pay for his actions. I do believe that. Right. Siren Jag. I agree with that. I mean, normally that's the case, right? But this is such I mean, look at what it started. Dude, George Floyd gets murdered, and I do believe that he was murdered. George Floyd is murdered, and Seattle basically gives up its city. In Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Seattle, their police headquarters gets taken over. They create a whole new city there. Now it's no longer there, but can you imagine what this verdict, whichever way it goes, can you imagine the impact this verdict is going to have on this country? He needs to at least get convicted on Man 2. At least. I mean, I'm sorry, people. It's on video. It's on video. You know, and I've heard other creators, well, George Floyd was a piece of shit. Well, okay. But that doesn't justify a cop abusing his power to the point to where the man dies as a result. Doesn't matter. Whether or not he was exchanging phony currency, whether or not he was high on drugs, on fentanyl and meth, whether or not that's the case, none of that justifies a police officer putting his knee on the man's neck and smirking into cameras that are filming him do it. Agreed, man. Agreed. Dude, I mean, how many people saw that footage? How many people saw that footage? I played the footage on this channel. I did it once and never again. I just wanted to go over the footage and talk about what I saw. But I can't even really watch the trial because the trial plays the footage over and over and over and over again. And I just don't, I'm sorry, I don't get any type of pleasure from watching a man die. I don't get any pleasure from watching a man beg for his life. I mean, you guys hear me say it on this channel all the time. I'm a big believer in justice and things having a certain, hey, JLS, welcome. All the way from Glasgow. Wow. I believe the universe has a way of working things out like this, So, I mean, to me, justice is justice. However it happens, I'd prefer to see justice done through our justice system. I'd prefer to see justice carried out through due process, because I'm a fan of due process. So, I mean, whatever happens to the guy happens. If he gets, I mean, if he does time, great. If somebody takes him out with a sniper rifle, I don't care. I'm not going to shed tears for a guy who doesn't seem to have any remorse at all for his actions or even what happens to George Floyd. Doesn't seem to have any remorse for, any empathy for his family. He doesn't seem to have any of this. He just sits there in court with a shit-eating grin. Funny. Vanessa R. What are you saying here? I've hit the thumbs up, but I'm not a lurker, but really hard to catch alive. But no one in this chat even acknowledges you. Catch you in the Patreon. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Vanessa R. I'm acknowledging you now. But I appreciate you being a not a lurker. Sometimes I just miss comments. Yeah, Steve. I mean, and it's crazy because you were the one who brought this up, and you're all the way in London. I mean, yeah, I'm not for that. Hey, Holly Love, I'm not for that. I'm not for lynching. You know, I'm not for mob justice. I'm not for that. You know, I believe in due process, and I believe in our justice system. So, but I mean, the thing is, though, is I'm not going to cry about it if it happens. You know what I'm saying? I got to try to imagine what it's like being in that dude's head, because if I'm that dude, I'm thinking, okay, either I'm going to go to prison for the rest of my life, or I'm going to go to prison for a small period of time. But either way, whether I get off or whether I don't, there's millions of people out there that want me dead, you know? Yeah, exactly, Emma Jane. It's not a question of that, though, Emma Jane. You're saying I agree, but even if this verdict is guilty, in my opinion, it ain't gonna change shit. There's always going to be another Derek Chauvin. Well, yeah, but so we should just ignore the problem? No, that's crazy. Yeah, it's going to change. It's going to change things because justice is being served. You know, it doesn't mean that. I mean, to look at it that way to me is just foolish. You know, and not to insult you in any way, but to look at it that way is just foolish, because we need for these things to take place, or else, I mean, can you imagine if there was no consequence for this type of behavior? Can you imagine how many more Derek Chauvins there would be? Yeah. Nobody's saying there's not going to always be another Derek Chauvin and there's not always going to be the George Floyd. Nobody's saying that. What I am saying, though, is regardless of that fact, if someone is responsible for the death of someone else, they need to be held accountable for it and pay the price. Period. Otherwise, what the hell are we even talking about on this channel? Right? Yeah, there's always going to be some kid who gets murdered by his parent. So we shouldn't hope for a guilty verdict when, in the case of Joe Clyde Daniels? Come on. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you meant anything by that, but that's just not, it's just not good thinking. That's not reasonable. Yeah, right. Can you imagine? I don't think that was, I do not think that he intended to kill him. I will say that. I do not believe that he intended to murder anyone that day. Uh, but I do believe that he was reckless, careless, brutal in his actions. And this contributed to, if not directly resulted in, George Floyd's death. But yes, I think that the intent on his face was, I'm going to hold this dude and screw everybody watching me. I don't care. I'm a cop and I do what I want. I think that was the extent of his intent at the time. But the man died as a result of this man being a brutal person. Agreed. Nobody did anything to help the guy. Like, there was even an EMS, an off-duty EMS worker that was like, I'm an EMS. Can I at least check his pulse? Can I check to see if he's breathing? And she was refused. People that were watching and filming this, they feel awful because they feel helpless because they couldn't intervene. They spoke up, but I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to take on a bunch of cops, right? Yeah. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, I think that he was definitely trying to cause harm, sure, but I don't think his intent was to murder anyone. And it most definitely was not racially motivated, I don't believe. Unless they find something on him, like they did with what's his face, back in the OJ trial, Mark Furman. You know, you find something, this dude's using the N word, and I mean, yeah, if there's something like that, then yeah, but I'm not going to jump to the conclusion that it's racially motivated simply because of the ethnicity of everyone involved. Jesus, man. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that, Caleb. She got, yeah. You're not there to give your opinion, man. I remember Scott Reich talking about that. He was like, nobody cares what the witness's opinion is unless it's asked directly. You're there to simply answer questions, and that's it. Nobody's asking you what your feelings are on things. You know, you have a right to your feelings. Sure, I'm not saying that you don't, but in a court of law, and you're a professional, you're there to state facts that either the purpose is to either prove or disprove the case at hand. So, you know, I mean, I think, I don't know, man. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think that's just a bullshit defense. Just a way to blame the victim. I think it's a bullshit defense, you know, straight up. I really don't care. You know, I don't care that he was high on drugs. I don't care about that. And I get it. You know, you could prove that he was high on drugs, sure. And you might even be able to prove that the amount of fentanyl and methamphetamine in his system contributed directly to his death. But you're not going to convince me that this dude having his knee in his back for 9 minutes didn't have something to do with that too. Sorry. There's just no way. There's no way you're going to convince me of that. That, oh, no, it was an overdose and it was just coincidence. No, man. Cop had his knee in the dude's back. I watched it on film. He had his knee in the dude's neck. And I know he was saying I can't breathe prior to that because he was claustrophobic or whatever. Doesn't matter. It's not the point. You're not gonna justify that he's saying that he can't breathe because he was saying it prior to him having a knee in his neck. If I've got a knee in my neck, I'm gonna say I can't breathe. Doesn't matter if I said it beforehand or not. If I got a knee in my neck and somebody says I can't breathe, well, then you know what? You take the knee off. You find some other way to restrain them. There are hundreds of other ways you can restrain an individual, especially when you have 3 other cops there backing you up. Like, I'm not going to fall for all the smoke and mirrors, man. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to fall for all the smoke and mirrors that the defense is painting here. I know what I saw. I know what I heard. I love this handle, man. I love this YouTube handle right here. You mad, bro? Yeah, he was showboating. I agree. You know, I mean, and you're just not going to convince me that had nothing to do with this man dying. There's just no way. Come on, man. Give me a break with that. That's and it's crazy that the defense is good enough to be able to do that. I mean, that's the defense attorney's job, right? Yeah, that's all bullshit, smoke and mirrors, man. Excuses. I'm not falling for that. I know what I saw. You know what I mean? You're not gonna dazzle me with a bunch of different things to keep me from seeing the actual picture. And the actual picture is this dude died while somebody's knee was in his neck. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, kudos to the defense for that. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to the defense attorneys for creating doubt. That's their job, to create doubt. But I don't have any doubt. If I'm on that jury, I'm like, nah, dude. I know what the fuck I just saw, dude. I know what I saw. Yes, the EMT behaving unprofessional to the judge is not a good look, because if a witness comes off as biased, the jury is allowed to disregard everything that witness said. It was risky. Absolutely. You know, I mean, that witness alone, by being hot headed, could have very easily obstructed justice from taking place. I agree, Steve. I know what I saw. I know what I saw, dude. Don't even try it. Right, Rob's rules. Absolutely. I mean, well, see here, this is where we're going to disagree, Shelly and Stitches. When a lot of people take issue with my opinion on addiction, and to call it a disease, and I think that takes accountability away from the person who, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, addiction is a disease, sure, but it's a self-inflicted one. You did that to yourself, and I don't care how addicted you are. You have the ability to go, I have a problem, and I can see how it's affecting the people in my life around me. You have the capability of making that change. You absolutely do. So when you sit there and dismiss it as it's a disease, taking accountability away from that person struggling with this addiction, because I empathize with people who have addictions. I've been that guy. I know what that's like. But the fact of the matter is I started the addiction, and it's up to me to end it. Period. I mean, that's just the way that is. Sure, I get that it's tough. Of course it's tough. It wouldn't be an issue. It wouldn't even be a subject of conversation if it wasn't tough. But if to me, it says something if you're not taking steps to fix the problem, if it's affecting the people in your life because they unconditionally love you. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just see, hold on. I'm not judging anyone who uses drugs. I'm not judging anyone. What I'm saying is, if you are someone who doesn't seem to care about how your addiction is affecting the people around you, that's a you thing. That's a you thing. If it's affecting you, the people in your life negatively, because you refuse to make changes in your life, then, but yeah. Okay. Fair enough, Rebecca. I understand. What I'm saying, yeah, and a lot of people mistake that for me being judgmental of people who use drugs. I'm not being judgmental. Not at all. Not in the slightest bit. Just saying, you are accountable. You are responsible for yourself. You are responsible for your addiction. Nobody else. It's up to you to make changes in your life for the better and for the worst. But it's you. It's on you. All right. No, I'm not saying it's easy, but I am saying that it is that simple. It's very simple. You want to go see Grandma, Panda? Go see Grandma? That's the dog. Hold on a second. I know. I'm gonna let you out right. Yeah, so I don't want people to think that I'm being insensitive towards addiction. Um, you know, yeah, it's a struggle. I get it. It's rough, you know. But if you're stealing and you're violent or whatever the case may be towards your loved ones, and they're directly affected by your behavior, that as a result of you being an addict, well, then you got to make changes. You got to make changes. But I'm not going to make excuses for you and be like, oh, poor thing, he's got an addiction. No, fix it. Drugs are bad, okay? All right. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, man. Yeah, I'm very sorry for your loss, Jojo. That fentanyl's a big thing right now, man. I agree with you. I agree with you, Hound. That's interesting, Roseanne. Yeah, see, I remember I would go to AA meetings. I went to a few of them, and then I realized something. I realized something. It wasn't my drinking that I had a problem with, because I realized, and this is not to down people in AA, or people in recovery, not at all. Um, Anybody, whatever it takes to help you recover and make your life better, and then make life better for the people around you, good for you if you're taking the steps to do that. Absolutely. I found that AA was not for me. I remember I would go to a couple meetings, and I realized, I was like, what I'm doing is I'm trading one dependency for another. I'm trading the dependency of alcohol for the dependency of talking to people and going to meetings. I don't want to do that. you know? So for me, it was like, all right, it's time to start digging deep. What are the demons inside me that make me want to go drink? And how do I confront and deal with those demons and overcome them? Well, you're never going to beat them. They're always there. You know, that's one thing I learned about myself. My demons, they're always there. Sometimes they come out, but I do my best to manage them. I do my best to keep them suppressed. I do my best to not let them take run over my mind. Uh, so it's, to me, that's more productive. I can drink like I did last night and the night before, and then go the rest of this week without even really thinking about it. Because I don't drink to suppress feelings. I don't drink to hide from anything. I drink to celebrate, to have fun, fun, feel good. Do I need it to feel good? No. I just like I like having a good time, you know? And I have a good time. When you stop having a good time, it's time to quit. You know what I mean? When it's something that you just become dependent on, you're just like, I need this to do this, then yeah, it's no longer fun. That's like if I started doing YouTube for the money, right? Now that I'm monetized, right? If I just started doing YouTube just for the money, well then guess what? It's no longer fun. And it's absolutely going to affect the content, right? Because my content is simply just being up here and just keeping it real with you, right? So I'm not gonna, I mean, you know what I mean? Then it's no longer fun. As soon as something stops being fun, then I stop doing it. You know? Oh, let's see what we hear. Cherry K. Booted a troll. Look at that. That's fantastic. Good for you, Cherry K. I appreciate that. How dare somebody troll me? How dare them? It's not like I'm up here saying bad things about Amber Heard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out if you need help. Absolutely. Not to me, okay? Because I'm not a professional. Okay, I'm not equipped to talk somebody down. You know what I'm saying? Call a professional, please. Not that, you know. I mean, I've never ever trolled anyone in my life, bro. That hurts, Rob. That hurts, bro. You guys are the goods, bro. You guys are the goods. Right? All right. I'm going to go get ready for work. Guys, I love you. I had a blast. I had a lot of fun. I should do these daytime ones more often. I enjoyed this. All right. We will do this again very soon, my friends.